Have you ever stopped to wonder what happens when a fearless personality, a talent for controversy, and a reported $5 million paycheck collide? The result is Jesse Watters. By 2025, the cable news powerhouse isn't just thriving, he's dominating. From a scandal that quietly reshaped his life to a sprawling mansion tucked away in New Jersey, this is the real story behind the millions. Turn on your television at 8 p.m. in 2025, and chances are you'll see the same face staring back at you. Jesse Watters has become impossible to avoid. For years, viewers speculated about who could replace figures like Bill O'Reilly or Tucker Carlson. Jesse didn't just step into that space, he sprinted into it. Jesse Watters Primetime isn't merely successful, it overwhelms CNN and MSNBC night after night. Meanwhile, The Five has held the title of the most watched cable news show for 4 consecutive years. And when ratings look like that, the money follows. Reports suggest Watters pulls in around $5 million annually. Put another way, that's roughly $96,000 every single week. While most people save for years to buy one nice car, Jesse could buy one every Friday without blinking. But his fortune doesn't come from a paycheck alone. By 2025, his estimated net worth sits between $10 and $16 million, fueled by lucrative TV contracts, best-selling books, and high-priced speaking engagements. Jesse Watters isn't just a host, he's a brand. But before the spotlight, before the suits and studios, he started at the very bottom. Watters grew up in Philadelphia, in neighborhoods like Germantown and East Falls. He attended William Penn Charter School, then graduated from Trinity College in Connecticut in 2001 with a degree in history. His path into television wasn't glamorous. In 2002, he landed a job at Fox News as a production assistant, logging tapes, fetching coffee, and earning about $10 an hour with no health insurance. He worked in the shadows of The O'Reilly Factor, the biggest show on television at the time. But Jesse didn't plan on staying invisible. He pitched story ideas relentlessly to Bill O'Reilly and was repeatedly shut down, sometimes harshly. Eventually, O'Reilly gave him a camera and a shot. That moment birthed Watters' world. Jesse began hitting college campuses and busy streets, asking simple questions that often produced embarrassingly wrong answers. It was sharp, uncomfortable, and undeniably addictive television. Soon, Jesse became Fox News' go-to ambush interviewer. If someone refused to answer questions, O'Reilly's response was simple: send Watters. One of Jesse's most infamous encounters involved journalist Amanda Turkle, who had written critically about O'Reilly. Jesse and a cameraman followed her for hours as she drove to Virginia, only confronting her once she stepped out of her car. The segment was aggressive and unsettling, but viewers couldn't look away. That fearlessness propelled him from the bushes to the anchor desk. But pushing boundaries comes at a cost. In 2016, Jesse found himself at the center of major backlash after a segment filmed in New York's Chinatown. His jokes leaned heavily on stereotypes, from martial arts references to mocking music cues. Critics called it racist and lazy. Advocacy groups demanded apologies. Jesse defended the segment as tongue-in-cheek, but for a moment, his career looked vulnerable. He survived, but the lesson was clear. Controversy fuels attention, and attention invites consequences. As his career soared, his personal life unraveled. Jesse had been married to Noelle Inguaggiato since 2009, and the couple shared twin daughters. Their life appeared stable, until 2017, when rumors surfaced about a relationship with a younger colleague, Emma DiGiovine, an associate producer on his show. Eventually, Jesse reported the affair to Fox News' HR department. Emma was reassigned to another program, but the damage was done. Noel filed for divorce in 2018, ending their marriage. What shocked many was how Jesse later described the beginning of his relationship with Emma, live on television. He admitted to letting air out of her car tires so she'd need a ride home. Jesse laughed while telling the story, calling it a success because it led to marriage. Many viewers, however, found it manipulative and unsettling. Once the divorce was finalized in 2019, Jesse and Emma moved quickly. They got engaged that summer and married in December in a lavish ceremony in Naples, Florida. Today, Jesse Watters is a father of 4. His twin daughters from his first marriage are teenagers, and he often jokes on air about parenting challenges. With Emma, he welcomed a son in 2021 named Jesse Jr. and a daughter, Georgina, in 2023. When Georgina was born, Jesse surprised critics by taking paternity leave, openly talking about diaper duty and family life. To house his growing family, Jesse upgraded dramatically. In 2023, he purchased a $2.8 million estate in Bernardsville, New Jersey. Sitting on over 5 acres, the 10,000 square foot home features towering columns, wraparound verandas, marble floors, 8 fireplaces, a formal library, a home theater, wine cellar, pool, and even a guest carriage house. Before that, he owned an oceanfront vacation home on Long Beach Island, eventually selling it for $1.65 million to focus on his mountain retreat. His lifestyle matches his image. Jesse drives a Ford F-150 Raptor, a massive, gas-guzzling truck he proudly embraces as a symbol of toughness. He openly mocks electric vehicles. On screen, he's always impeccably dressed. Custom suits, curated casual wear, luxury watches from brands like Rolex and Omega. Despite nearing 50, Jesse maintains a lean physique. He credits his 20-pound method, home-cooked meals, short high-intensity workouts, and zero fast food. Books are another major income stream. His earlier bestseller was followed by a 2024 release, Get It Together, which explored fringe cultural movements through provocative interviews. The book sold strongly, fueled by controversy and packed book tours. By 2025, Jesse continues pushing buttons, feuding with Canada, mocking desk jobs, and igniting social media firestorms that keep his name trending. Critics roll their eyes, fans cheer louder. But what is Jesse Watters' life really like in 2025? He champions working-class values while living in a mansion. He promotes tradition while carrying a scandal-laden personal history. He dresses like an executive, drives like a rebel, and thrives on outrage. Love him or despise him, Jesse Watters has climbed from the basement of Fox News to the peak of cable television. He's living the American dream loudly, unapologetically, and with just enough controversy to keep everyone watching. Behind the cameras and punchlines, Jesse Watters operates with a sharp awareness of how fragile dominance can be in cable news. The same ecosystem that elevated him has chewed through countless stars before. Bill O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, Tucker Carlson, each one at some point looked untouchable, until they weren't. Jesse knows this history, and unlike some of his predecessors, he doesn't pretend immunity. That awareness shapes how he plays the game in 2025. On air, Jesse leans harder into cultural combat than pure political analysis. His segments are shorter, sharper, and engineered for virality. A single joke, eye roll, or dismissive smirk can be clipped, shared, and debated within minutes. Fox News understands this, and so does Jesse. In an era where television ratings are only half the battle, social media relevance is currency. Watters prints it nightly. But this strategy comes with a trade-off. While his fan base remains fiercely loyal, critics argue that Jesse has become less journalist and more provocateur. Former colleagues quietly suggest that the line between commentary and performance has all but disappeared. Supporters counter that this is the job now, that Jesse is simply better at understanding the modern audience than anyone else in the room. What's undeniable is his influence. When Jesse Watters targets a topic, it doesn't stay on Fox News. It bleeds into podcasts, talk radio, TikTok debates, and even mainstream outlets that claim to dismiss him. Politicians watch his monologues closely. Some court his approval. Others brace for impact. Privately, Jesse appears more controlled than his on-air persona suggests. Friends describe him as disciplined, schedule-driven, and intensely focused on longevity. He's careful with interviews, selective with friendships, strategic about when to apologize and when not to. The controversies haven't stopped, but they're more calculated now, less reckless than his early ambush days. There's also the question of what comes next. At Fox News, Jesse is no longer climbing. He's defending territory. Industry insiders whisper about expanded roles, executive influence, or even a future beyond nightly hosting. A podcast empire, a production company, a political advisory role. Jesse publicly laughs off presidential speculation, but he doesn't discourage the conversation either. In modern media, suggestion alone has value. And then there's the personal reckoning, one that no rating can silence. As his children grow older, particularly his twin daughters, Jesse faces a future where his public controversies intersect with private accountability. The stories he jokes about on air live forever online. The headlines don't fade. Whether that tension reshapes him or hardens him further remains to be seen. In many ways, Jesse Watters embodies the era that created him. Loud, polarizing, hyper-visible. He didn't just adapt to outrage culture, he mastered it. And while critics insist the formula will eventually collapse, Jesse keeps proving one thing true. Attention, when wielded skillfully, is power. So when viewers tune in at 8 p.m., what are they really watching? Not just a man behind a desk, but a reflection of a media world that rewards provocation, monetizes division, and turns controversy into currency. Jesse Watters didn't invent that system. He simply learned how to dominate it. And in 2025, as long as the lights stay on and the ratings keep climbing, Jesse Watters isn't going anywhere. Because in modern cable news, being talked about, no matter how, is the only thing that truly matters.